We just wrapped up Love is Blind Season 7. We can finally get those answers that are on all our minds, like...
So have you had a chance to take Taylor fishing yet?
Yeah, because this is what everyone wants to know.
Skip.
Or we're gonna get very few. But with Tyler's baby mama just releasing a video...
Callie and Kamari are the results of natural, unplanned intercourse with absolutely no complexity surrounding parentage.
I'm sure there's no way they tiptoe around that.
You've been married almost a year now, almost a year.
And they still have 3 kids.
You revealed that you had donated sperm to help a friend and her wife have children.
Jump right into it.
I did help a friend and her wife start a family, but her wife ended up leaving her. So I stepped in, voluntarily stepped in and helped. So there's pictures of me around, and I played a part that became very shaky with a friend.
This is way too rehearsed.
Ashley knows all this. I'm giving this explanation now because I feel like the world is waiting for it, but I don't owe anyone an explanation but my wife. And if she's sitting here with me...
Okay, but what about the other 2 kids that you didn't donate sperm for?
I'm not gonna keep harping on it.
You're not gonna keep harping on it. You answered nothing.
Like, who do you think has better insight on what's going on, social media or me? There were things he was comfortable sharing and things he wasn't. I said, do they know what you look like? And he's like, I don't think so. And you could tell that
He was trying to lie.
Yeah.
He was trying to lie for the cameras, but you guys had already had this conversation.
Vanessa, you better lean in and press. We heard he abandoned these children.
The second 2, for sure.
In that scenario, when that happened with the divorce, it was very hard for him to remove himself and not be involved.
Yes, that's baby 1. What about baby 2 and 3?
We're just so grateful for your love, and watching it the whole season was giving me all the feels.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Nick and Vanessa, you suck.
But maybe we were wrong. Maybe there was nothing to ask about.
He signed the birth certificates, he cut the umbilical cord.
I guess we'll just move on to Marissa and Ramses and how they felt after the breakup.
It could just be hard to kind of see that and just relive it pretty much. I felt like my heart was breaking all over again.
You know, I didn't come into this experience wanting to devastate anyone or leave anyone heartbroken. You know, I came in here looking for the love of my life, and I realized and recognized that if I moved forward with Marissa, every day I would be in a place where I would feel exhausted and overwhelmed.
Because she was asking him to help with the wedding plans because she was doing everything.
What do we expect of him? Like, if he realized this was not the right person for him, shouldn't he have broken it off?
No, he should have, but you can't go from I'm all in to I'm not in one day.
I'm thankful he called it off. I am. She would have carried that relationship.
I think he did the right thing too.
He should have been honest and man enough to tell her I'm feeling a little bit of doubt.
He did bring up doubt quite a bit.
You think so, the whole time?
We saw at least 3 different scenes, if not 4, of him expressing doubt.
If you're tiptoeing about my feelings, like, you don't have a say in like how we can better and grow as in a relationship.
That's true. No, that's true. If you're keeping it inside, you don't know if it's something you could have worked out or worked on.
I saw us having a future, and I saw what it could potentially be. Unfortunately, I came to that realization towards the end of this experience, and it just made for a very sort of heartbreaking situation.
It's hard being the person who ends a relationship too. Like,
yeah, no, it is. I guess it's just frustrating as a viewer because he didn't articulate anything on the show that really made sense. Right. I'm sure there was a lot of things that were developing in his mind, but from us watching, it seemed fine. And then he might express something, they talk about it, work it out like all couples do, and they move on. Like, she's doing wedding plans, and obviously he had reservations, but he wasn't saying that.
I think he probably was trying to tiptoe and save her feelings when he was coming up with reasons why he was having concerns.
Moving on to Hannah and Nick. And after a year of reflection, I'm sure Hannah is showing a great deal of remorse.
I'm very to the point, I'm very direct, that's just who I am. I'm very blunt. And sometimes my delivery does not come out how I think it's coming out. I think I'm just like telling you exactly how it is, but really I just sound like a bitch.
You don't sound like it. You are.
You know, I was a little confused with some of the things that she was saying.
Like what?
We weren't on the same level intellectually, financially literate, respectful.
I mean, she was wrong.
Right?
She's the one who had debt. He had no debt. Granted, his parents paid for everything. I get it.
I'm a lot, like I'm self-aware, and like I know that like you have to have a lot of patience with me because like I am direct and I'll just say things.
No, but if people are direct with you, then you're like, oh, I can't believe you said that.
Do you have anything you want to say to Nick about how you were communicating with him during your engagement?
I'm just direct.
Get her out of here.
I'm very direct. It's harsh. It's bad. I know.
If she says I'm direct one more time.
I am direct. I just need to work on how direct I am.
Stop saying direct.
I'm direct. I'm direct.
Listen, she's
doubling down. She's standing.
Double down is that's exactly what's happening.
She said what she said, and she's standing on it.
And I'm sorry I was so cruel to you, I am.
It's fine.
That's all you had to say.
You're loving this version of Hannah who sits here today?
I don't know. I think I do.
She still got work to do.
Hannah's fantastic. She's been getting way too much hate online for just being the type of person she is and being
cruel.
Why are you liking the hate comments then that people are leaving on your page?
So, you know, if
I don't
it's
think you mean it like
comments
that, but it hurts my feelings.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hannah. Your feelings are hurt.
His work notebook, it wasn't like, it was just right on the table, just like out. And then the third bullet point, which was by far the most interesting, was that he wants to be the most famous person ever on Love is Blind.
Well, he's definitely not the most famous person on Love is Blind, so.
That was way before I even knew I was gonna be on the show. I was taking it super light. We had been through a couple interviews.
Like, Hannah, what are you trying to do right now? He was trying to tell people to stop hating you, and you're bringing up crap. Like,
Some of us come onto this experience serious about finding love. It's like a slap in the face to some of us and some people who weren't able to come onto the experience.
did you see at any point him not wanting to get married, though? At that point, he was in. Now, if he went to the altar and said no, that's another story.
I mean, he didn't seem like his personality was like this to me. Like, he seemed pretty, like, yeah, he was like the player.
Hear the things that he was saying behind my back after the reveal? Like, after the reveal, I was just honest. I'm an honest person.
Are you direct?
Meanwhile, like, I hear that he's saying, like, stuff after the reveal, like, calling me, like, your grenade. And
Okay, so who heard it? Speak up.
If I'd like to tell my perspective,
You're gonna talk
like,
to
can
be
I talk?
honest, at least.
I think it's hilarious that Marissa's trying to rip in the nick, and she didn't say anything to her own guy.
oh, the girls that you've been DMing, they're sending them to me.
Okay.
Well, you're not together. Who cares?
We're not together.
We're not. We're not.
I'm gonna speak.
You just spoke. I never once mentioned Hannah's looks at all.
Ask them.
Steven, I don't want to bring up bro code and any violation of bro code, but did that happen?
Yeah.
Oh!
He talked to me about the grenade, but he didn't tell me about how he actually felt because again, we had only had the reveal.
All right, what's the other two?
I'm just counting seconds till we move past it, to be honest.
We have to talk about this so we can't find out if
Right.
Tyler's other two kids, if he walked out on them.
I let him know that the kids missed him.
Hannah was a bitch to Nick as her best friend. I'm sorry that she was like that.
Well, I thought that other lady was her best friend.
This is the moment to take accountability. Like, we're not perfect.
Yeah, I said I was underwhelmed when I saw Hannah at the reveal. I never said she was her grenade. Why did she invite me over a month after the show to hang out?
Because we're all human. I was f***ing that man. Like, we all do crazy shit. Like, it's a breakup.
Marissa's mom did not know that.
Can we circle back? Where are our hosts?
Katie had came up to me 3 different times tonight. My best friend.
My best
Friend that I've known for.
Because it's like, that's my fiance, my best friend. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, is that a best friend?
My best friend. That's my best friend.
Hi. What was it like watching that?
It was great. It got me on the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known who I was.
You shouldn't trust Katie. So if I just say, I don't know, I just don't trust Katie, the argument's over. But like, it's not right. I shouldn't have said that. Of course I trust you. We've been best friends the past year.
She doesn't take accountability for anything.
She's like, it's his fault. I said, I don't trust you.
Katie, I trust you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, you don't need to trust him. You're not with him. You haven't been with him for a year.
And from the guy Hannah chose to the one she didn't, it's time to hear how rich Leo is.
You know, we were encouraged to talk about all aspects of marriage, including finances. I think I overcooked it a little bit.
A little bit?
If I could do it over again, I wouldn't have led with that so much because I wish that they could have gotten to know me more than just what I do and the money I have.
What was it like for you having to decide between two amazing women?
You know, you're between should I have the pasta or the steak? The issue is the food has feelings.
The food has feelings.
It's something I've been working a lot on, taking other people into consideration.
He just understood now that people have feelings. This is amazing.
How I acted towards you in that night and morning conversation, the amount of shame that I have, the temper tantrum that I threw.
Oh yeah, I forgot he threw a temper tantrum.
Yeah, they had to replace 2 couches.
Was it a surprise to you when you learned that you were not going to Mexico?
It was a surprise to me.
No, honestly, I knew.
I completely understood. Doesn't mean I wasn't sad though.
What actually happened in Miami?
Yeah, I want some details on the Miami trip.
Photo, I want video.
Okay, well, it started out good. Gonna be one more picture of like,
That's it? No point in showing that.
That was the moment they arrived, and then it all went downhill.
Vacation truly is the make or break.
That's true.
We did not pass that test.
But why? Why didn't you pass the test?
All my friends love Leo. I love Leo. He would, whenever we had a drink, he would take a sip of my drink.
What's wrong with that?
No matter what it was, we would have the same martini, and he would just take a sip of mine.
Oh, even if it was the same drink.
Why were you taking drinks out of her drink?
I don't know. I can't help myself.
can't help myself. That wouldn't bother me though. I mean, I don't know why if we have the same drink, but
She said it was a lot of things though, but I want to know his perspective. Did he want it to keep on going, or was she just like, "Ooh, that's over"?
Well, it doesn't matter what you want because they're not going to answer that. On to Steven and Monica.
I think we are all dying to know what exactly was in those sleep test results.
I have sleep apnea.
Steven, tell us what was in the text.
I don't remember. I really don't. I deleted them.
Wait, what is happening? And who was that who just shouted something out?
that was the girl that was with Bartiz.
But why did she randomly?
Just yell out.
For the respect of the individual, I'm not going to go too deep into it.
You respect that individual, but you certainly didn't have respect for me in that moment.
We met up for dinner. We talked about this. I even wrote a letter to her parents apologizing for my actions.
But did you write that letter so you could say that to everyone today?
No.
As soon as I got that letter, I was like, he's doing this so he can say it at the reunion.
Here's the letter. I'll read it aloud.
It's probably true.
To be honest, I don't think anybody believes me, wants to hear, so at the end of the day, why should I?
You shouldn't.
Nobody wants to believe me.
No, we don't.
Nobody cares about my side of the story.
We don't. That's true.
I've read books. I go to therapy. I do all these things. At the end of the day, nobody cares.
Exactly.
You have a picture. He was at a sleep study.
He was drunk at a sleep study?
In the pods, I remember early on, he spoke about cheating.
He sure did, girl. He told you.
He was being honest about it. And he said in that conversation, he'd been in therapy ever since.
Oh, he did the therapy thing then too?
I never in a million years would have thought he would have emotionally cheated on me. Never. Do you regret it?
Yeah. Of course.
He said he regretted it 1,000,000 times.
This is the weird part. Nobody's going to believe this, but I only talked to her that one day. I've never met this girl in person. I deserve to get caught. 100%. And that's essentially what was happening.
But just stop doing something wrong.
I don't know how I feel. Like, he did take accountability, but
I don't know. He was saying weird stuff a lot too on the show.
oh yeah, that's
Remember?
right.
He kept saying like
Sliding
weird
the DMs
stuff
and
yeah.
And from sleep study to sleeper, on to Alex and Tim.
Tim said your argument on the getaways was so bad that he almost left early.
Yeah, what was that about?
My dad had been admitted to a rehab facility, and I just wanted space, which turned into a disagreement.
Popped off.
Trying to figure out what's going on. Yes, I did feel like things got out of hand from a boundary standpoint. What happened with the hand being put over my mouth was put over my mouth. Yes, I was called something other than the name that I was given on this earth.
What word do you think that was?
Philip. How dare you?
I don't want it to come across because things ended how it did. There wasn't something beautiful about what connected us.
It was so beautiful that it connected you. It seemed like you gave up real easy at the end.
I just wanted to de-escalate this entire situation.
So what did you call him to de-escalate it? Was it honey, sweetheart?
Well, because he was disrespecting me for like over an hour. I said, you're acting like a little ass bitch. And
That's crazy. Why would you say that to any grown man out here trying to love you?
If you feel like you're being yelled at, I think you can say that.
I literally just wanted to take a shower and go to bed, and that wasn't good enough.
And you didn't say that once.
It's never good enough. It's always what you want.
This argument is dumb.
I do think Tim always tries to control things.
Yeah, and I think she's also like pretty assertive as well. So I feel like there's like a...
Why the attitude?
She always had an attitude with him though. Didn't she? Like, let's keep it real. She always had an attitude with him.
Why did you decide to take a nap knowing his parents had driven all that way to see and spend time with you? And
we were with his parents at like 11 a.m. until about 6, 7 p.m. And I had to work at 9 p.m. at the bar till 3 a.m. We had lunch, we talked for like 4 or 5 hours. And I literally just wanted 1 hour nap before I go into work.
Sounds reasonable. Did you communicate that?
She didn't mention that she was in the club till 4 in the morning the night before.
Like, was you in the club, girl?
I get it. This is your version of the truth, but I feel very attacked.
I feel like this is just a stupid back and forth.
Yeah, they just weren't meant to be
They
together.
weren't meant to be. Like, they're just not compatible. Let's get to the juicy stuff. It's not there.
He's definitely a control freak, though. He's trying to control this narrative. He's trying to make himself look good. He doesn't want to take accountability for anything.
Yeah, he's very controlling.
We turn the page to Garrett and Taylor, where we wonder if they're living in San Diego or Virginia.
Ironically enough, we're looking at moving to DC.
Oh, that took a turn.
We spent a lot of time in San Diego and a lot of time abroad, and
Home is with Garrett, and so I'm excited to figure out this next chapter with you.
Where'd you spend time abroad? And where'd you, like, I want to know more now.
Like, do people get on Love is Blind and like quit their jobs immediately? How do you travel so much if you have a job?
The hair with the 5 o'clock shadow, you modeled in Fashion Week.
He modeled in Fashion Week. He's a model now. Forget science.
you know, it's finally found somebody worth looking good for, worth paying attention to my looks.
And he still chose that jacket?
He's like, I'm fashionable now. I can wear what I want.
good.